Hey everyone, I've got a bunch of new products from Tarte to try out for you today. One of which is the new Double Duty Beauty Hydrating Foundation Shape Tape. And I'm not even going to get into the whole business about the Shape Tape and the complaints and Tarte. It's all been said already. I don't have anything to add. It's all out there and I'm not even going to waste time talking about it because it's all already been said. So I'm just going to try out the product. That's all I'm going to do. Now try out, this is all first impressions. I just got this stuff. So we're trying out the Double Duty Beauty Shape Tape Hydrating Foundation. We're trying out a new eye primer stick from Tarte called the Shape Tape 12-hour eye primer stick. I'm trying out the new Shape Your Moneymaker palette. And I'm going to start out with this Shape Tape 12-hour eye primer stick. Let's take a look at that. They're just going crazy on the whole Shape Tape thing because of the great success of the Shape Tape concealer. Now they're calling everything Shape Tape to try to pick up on that success, I guess. This is just sort of a neutrally color, sort of a neutrally beige like that, sort of pinkish. Let's see how this works on the lid, because I did like, and I still have, one of their CC colored clay eye primers that's in a stick form like this. It's very pinkish. In fact, it looks a lot like this. This feels a lot like it as well. I like that one. I don't know why, because I do like this stick formula on a eye primer, because you can just stick it right on. There's no dipping or squeezing or any of that. Okay, let's start on this wonderful new little palette. This is a smaller palette called Shape Your Moneymaker. This is all about sort of shaping, contouring the cheek and the eye area. You've got 6 shadows and 2 cheek products, one of which is a highlighter. The other one up there is a sort of a contour slash bronzer. It is very deep. I don't know that I can use that as a bronzer. We'll have to see. Start with this color called Trainer in my crease and just sort of fan that out. That may not even show up on me, so we may be doing a different crease color. We'll just try that one out first. Sort of very yellowy, like a French vanilla colored matte. May not even show up. We will see. It's kind of showing up. This is not a dramatic palette or anything like that. It is really intended for sort of contouring the eye and shaping the eye, not being a real elaborate look. Now I'm going to put the color called Cardio right there, more in my inner crease, stretching my eyelid way up so that I can get more in here, lower on my crease area. I'm going to put this pretty gold, bronzy gold called Snatched right here on my lid. That one is a metallic and it is quite creamy. Look at that. A lot of coverage going on right there. Wow, that has the foiliness of like a liquid eyeshadow right there without being a liquid eyeshadow. I'm liking this. Okay, I'm going to fluff into the outer corner. This color called Reps, which is a matte. I like this. This is a really warm little palette. I mean, it looks like it could go along with the Tartelette Toasted, which I've even compared it when I was looking at it in the store. I got the Tartelette Toasted and took it over to where this display was, thinking, are they really too similar? Do I need, you know, since I have the Toasted, do I need this one? I think they kind of complement each other. I'll show you a side by side in a minute of those. I'm going to put some of this highlighter color, Flex, down here. I'm going to put that under my brow. It looks very pink in the palette, but on the skin it's going very gold. And then of course I'm going to take this color called Cut, which is a champagne, on my finger and puts a little bit of it there. That's pretty. Look at that. It's prettier than I thought it was going to be. It almost has a yellow, like almost a greenish cast to it. Okay, I'm going to put on as my primer today a little bit of the Hangover from Too Faced. That's because the foundation I'm going to be using is hydrating itself. So I feel like it needs something hydrating to stick to and not really silicone-y. I have a lot of problems with primers. Most of them do not work on me, number one. Number two, they all break me out. There are very few that do not. This Hangover is one of those that does not break me out. Okay, I did have quite a bit of fallout from this gold color under my eyes. I cleaned that up with some micellar water. I think it's still sort of falling out because I'm still seeing a little under there. But let's go on to this foundation, Shape Tape Hydrating Foundation. There is a matte version also. I don't like matte. I have to have hydration, so that's why I got this one. I think this is going to be a good color. This is Fair Light Neutral. This has a screw-off top. It has a giant fluffy applicator like the Shape Tape, except even more gianter. And I'm just going to dot it and swipe it on in places. And then I'm going to sponge it into place. Okay, this is looking like it's going to be quite full coverage. It is a little on the yellow side right now, but let's see how it blends out because you just don't know. My beloved EcoTool sponge, and I'm dotting and sort of wiping to make sure it doesn't stick to these little spots I put on. Definitely hydrating, definitely not matte. I'm gonna have to put on another layer in my problem areas. I have basically two layers on there. I could go heavier, but I really don't want to. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little more right through here again. And then I could probably call it full coverage if I can get that to stick and not blend. Yeah, that actually built really nicely right through there. So we'll see about this foundation. The thing about Shape Tape concealer is it does not move during the day. You can go hours and hours and hours and it just continues to look nice. So we'll see if that's the same with the foundation now. I am liking the dewy look of this. It's not heavy at all. It's very nice and natural looking. Okay, let's contour a little bit with this contour color. It is very dark. This color is called Slim, and I'm just going to take a tiny bit of that. I'm not really going to do my bronzer with that, I don't think. That's a good color. Whoa, went on a little heavy there. That is actually a nice contour color right there. Yeah, I really like that for a contour color. That's really pretty. I'm gonna grab a bronzer here. I'm excited to try the highlighter that's in this palette called Flex. And that's right here. It looks pink, but it is going on very gold on my skin so far. Let's try it, first of all, with the edge of my sponge. Whoa, a little too much there. It's kind of a rose gold. Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty, but it's gonna be a little deep for me. It is very rosy. It's gonna be deep for me as a highlighter. I would say it's more of a blush topper, whatever that really actually means. Yeah, it's a little deep. It's not doing a lot of highlighting for me. It's kind of just looking like an extension of my blush. Okay, I'm putting on something that I'm about to do a video on. That will be my next video, so just pretend you're not seeing this. Actually, this is from the new Urban Decay collaboration with Kristen Leanne. And this is the highlighter palette. From the highlighter palette. I'm going to be doing a video on this very soon, but it is beautiful. Okay, to continue with the eyes in this palette, let's use the color called Cardio under the eyes with... Wow, that is really nicely colored there, really pigmented. Gonna use that color called Cut right here, sort of inner corner here. And a little of this color that we did not use called Tone Up. I'm gonna do that in the outer part. Ooh, that's pretty. Metallic-y. We have all of our Tarte products on now, and let's see how they stack up. So the Shape Your Money darker palette, and then I'm going to show you how they compare to the Toasted palette. Okay, here it is side by side with the Toasted palette. I feel like they're kind of complementary. They kind of complement each other, but this one is still just has a lot of oranginess going on. This one's a little orangey too, but I feel like these can kind of go together. Another one is this little Flirt palette here, kind of complement each other there. This is just a small palette, just thought I'd give it a try. I do like it. I think it's really pretty. This gold is just really intense, really nice pigment on these. No mess ups in the packaging on this one. So I like this little palette. It's not a must-have, I don't think, but it is complementary, I think, to some of their other palettes. The shadow primer, I feel like if you have a shadow primer you already like, that this is not really a must-have. I do like that it is a little bit more opaque than some shadow primers. It does cover a little more of your eyelid color. Let me put it on the back of my hand for you. It's quite pink. I almost feel like it is kind of a repeat of that colored clay one that they had. Oh, it is very similar. So this is the colored clay one, and this is the new Shape Tape one. They are pretty much exactly alike. They really feel the same. The Shape Tape one feels a little slipperier, but boy, they are exactly the same in color. If it's very similar to that CC Colored Clay primer, that does stay on pretty well. Pretty contour color in here, very nice and pigmented, really nice contour color, really dark looking, but it does go on and blend out nicely. And then the highlighter, a little too dark for me, can't really work with that one, but that's okay. It's a pretty highlighter. It's a beautiful rose gold. So the Shape Tape Hydrating Foundation, I am not seeing a whole lot to write home about this. I don't think it's going to stay on. I don't think it's worthy of the Shape Tape name. I don't think any of this stuff has been worthy of the Shape Tape name except the Shape Tape Concealer. This is just not really matching up to my expectations on the whole Shape Tape thing. I figure for it to qualify as Shape Tape, it has to stay on just really well, really good coverage, long wear, etc. I do understand that this is a hydrating foundation, so it's not matte, so it's not drying down. It's probably not super long wearing from that aspect. But if you're going to make a hydrating product and call it Shape Tape, then make it hydrating and somehow magically long wearing also. Color match I think has been good for me. I like the bottle. It's a nice heavy glass bottle, but I don't think this is going to stay on very well. It does look hydrating. It is not matte. It is a nice dewy feel. It is a natural look. It does not seem to like to work too well with the Shape Tape Concealer. I put Shape Tape Concealer on my nose and it kind of did not build on top of this foundation. It did not. It sort of dissolved it a little bit. I don't think this is a holy grail foundation for me. I had great hopes. Shape Tape is so exciting, but it just didn't live up to it, I don't think. So coming up, I have finally, and I'm watching it kind of flow in the back of this, the Farsali Jelly Beam Illuminator called Glazed. It's kind of creeping around in there and I'm just kind of watching it. This is very interesting. I'm going to do a video on this and see if it is going to be a foundation killer or not. We're going to try that out. And a new highlighter palette from Mini Palette. It has 3 colors in it from Urban Decay. More stuff coming. Ulta is about to do a 20% off for Platinum members. Excited about that. Gonna load up and I'll see you later with my load up.